All right, man, we back. Goodfellas Sports TV. Let's talk about this rumor Mike D'Antoni may join the Brooklyn Nets as an assistant coach with Steve Nash. Remember that he gave Steve Nash some of his more prolific years as far as being the most valuable player in the league. I think he won it. Did Steve Nash win it twice? I think he won it twice, if I'm not remembering correctly. He took one from Shaq, and I think he took one from Kobe. I think that might have been Kobe's best statistical year. But they would have won a championship together, in my opinion, if Robert Horry didn't hip check Steve Nash to the score table. And if you remember the history, you remember what happened. Steve Nash got cut over his eye. That affected the series. Some players left the Phoenix bench. Some players left the Spurs bench. Let's just say the players that left the Phoenix bench was a lot better than the players left in the Spurs bench. And the Phoenix bench people, like I think Stoudemire left the bench, they got suspended. So, serves me correctly. I said that how you don't see a lot of times in other sports that or in the NBA that they suspended people in the playoffs. They did suspend the Spurs and Suns in that playoffs, and that changed the complexity of that series. Robert Horry ended up getting ring 6 or 7. So they would have won. I think they would at least went to the championship that year. But let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button, the like, comment button, share the video. And from Steve Nash, history, he didn't play no defense. Mike D'Antoni didn't teach no defense. So I think Brooklyn had an uphill advantage before Steve Nash got selected. I mean, Kyrie is a team obliterator. He the real T.O., the team obliterator. And then also they need somebody bigger in the middle. Jared Allen need to hit the weight room. You know, he just has some issues. KD, how he gonna be with the Achilles come back? Is he still gonna try to be the athletic KD, or is he gonna adjust his game and, you know, learn to post up and be a little bit more, you know, methodical in his movement, or is he gonna have a freakish recovery like Dominique Wilkins did and just go crazy? It's a lot of question marks there. People can say, you know, they got all the ingredients, but can they mix them together and bake a good cake? In my opinion, is I have no faith that Brooklyn is going to do anything next year. I put more stock in Doc Rivers and Elton Brand putting the Sixers together before that, you know. And I probably put more stock in Toronto rebuilding because, you know, they got Ibaka as a free agent. Marc Gasol is going back to play overseas. Fred VanVleet a free agent. I got more faith that, you know, Masai Ujiri put that team together. I got more faith Boston is going to find a way to get a big fella. In my opinion, I think Boston is trying to trade up with my Pistons, and check out my Pistons and my Detroit channel, General Mercy Sports Talk, right here on YouTube. I think he's trying to move up and get James Wiseman. So I put more stock in Boston, Toronto getting better, and I put more stock in Philly next year doing what they supposed to do. It's just a team like Kyrie. He has the ability to play defense, but is he really a lockdown defender is the question. I think not. You know, is he a willing defender? He can defend when he needs to. KD is a good defender, off ball, on ball. But they don't. Steve Nash don't. If he preach defense, Brooklyn would be okay. You know, for everything to go right for Brooklyn, and I'm gonna get to D'Antoni in a minute. For everything to go right in Brooklyn, KD got to be able to adjust to whatever his Achilles say. If his Achilles say he can be old KD, cool. If his Achilles say it's gonna take some time, be a little bit more methodical and be more skillful, he can do that. I think he's more skillful enough. Cool. Okay. If Kyrie can change his attitude and him and KD can function well, and he could be a better team player and be a better two-way player, yeah. You know, if they make the right deal with Karis LeVert and Spencer Dinwiddie, if they keep him, then cool. And they get somebody better in the middle, they'll be okay. And they retain Joe Harris as well too. If all those things happen and they gel right, and Steve Nash and Mike D'Antoni preach defense, which is a if, they'll be all right. But if Mike D'Antoni is going to be there and he's going to have an impact, and that's how Steve Nash is going to coach, if this rumor is true, this team probably not going to score. They're going to score a ton of points. They're probably not going to have no defense. You know, so it's probably going to be better if they keep Karis LeVert because he's a good defender. It's probably going to be better, you know, if they keep Jared Allen, he can get stronger, keep DeAndre Jordan, but it's just got the recipe to be a disaster. You just look at them as the Philadelphia Eagles that Vince Young called the Dream Team. Look good on paper. Great Nasi Asamoah. Shout out to him and Carrie, the girl. You know what I'm talking about. The beautiful lady. I love her. You know, you had Michael Vick. You had everybody over there, and they just couldn't put it together. I just see the Brooklyn Nets. I don't see that working. People talk about, yeah, LeBron and Kyrie meeting the finals in the NBA just seemed never to work like that. Remember we hoping Kevin and LeBron and Kobe had made it, and Kobe got put out by the Mavs one year, and early before that LeBron got put out by the Dwight Howard and Orlando Magics and all that. But with Mike D'Antoni being an addition, I mean, obviously it's a good thing because he didn't get a head coaching job that he liked, and that's good. He had a lot of white privilege. He's one of those guys they bring in to be a consman. You have an exciting offense that pull the fans in, but has no chance of winning the championship. But if that's the blueprint that he gonna take as far as running that offense and not running no defense, Steve Nash, Brooklyn is even more doomed than I thought they be. When they start losing, you're gonna have Kyrie talking shit, KD being sensitive, Steve Nash. I don't think he has no real strong bone in his body. I don't think Steve Nash could be masculine and be like, no, stop. And no, I don't think they gonna respect that man. They can respect his resume, but he just seemed like a soft touch. Them Canadians don't seem like they got no dog in them. I think the only one I can remember that has some dog in them of recent is Jamal Murray. So I think they're gonna run over all Steve Kerr, and if he run anything with D'Antoni's system in it, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. They gonna be like they coaching themselves. So, my personal opinion, I don't think that's bad to have a former head coach that has had some success in this league. But also in this case that team probably not going to have no defense. And that team is probably going to be, just get up and down the floor and be athletic. And also, that may not be a great thing for Kevin Durant either. Maybe Kevin Durant can't get up and down the floor and play that pace if they play that offense like he used to. That's what you got to ask yourself. Kevin Durant got long limbs. You know what I'm saying? He already a skinny guy, so you don't have to worry about him carrying too much weight and that being an issue with his knees building fluid and his Achilles not properly healed. He got a ton of time to really, rest that Achilles. But my whole thing about it is, can he really play that brand of basketball if that's what Steve Kerr implement, getting up and down the court with a crazy pace? That's what got. Can he play that pace? It's just so many ingredients that Brooklyn is just going to explode and just be a disaster. If you had to ask me, and I could be wrong, and I can admit when I'm wrong, I think Brooklyn is going to be a disaster. Can they get by with talent alone? In the East, they probably could get by. But when you go up against LeBron or the Clippers or whoever, perseveres next year, bubble or no bubble, Denver, no. You know what I'm saying? You got the killers. Could they run that system? And can they run that system that D'Antoni ran and have some success? Yeah, I mean, you can make a case that, Steve Nash almost won a ship if it wasn't for the hip check. But you could make the case that they didn't win it. So could Kyrie be that guy and they run that system? What KD going to... KD would be good at spotting up shooting. But what KD going to think? And I think hopefully Steve Nash brings his own brand of basketball. He was a quality some guy. He did some or personal assistant or contributor, whatever you call it, to Golden State. So hopefully he brings some half-court sets, some motion. But in his career, he really only played for all offense guys. What's the other guy? Donnie Nelson he played for, another guy that didn't preach no defense and all offense. Mike D'Antoni, all offense. I think Mike D'Antoni was the coach in LA, right? So, to be honest, I don't see that shit happening in Brooklyn. I don't see it happen, even with or without D'Antoni. I don't think nobody really respects Steve. I don't think they're going to respect Steve Nash as an authority figure in that organization, man. But could be wrong, but I don't see it happening in Brooklyn, man. I think D'Antoni would be a good shoulder to lean on. They got Jock Vaughn already, who got some coaching experience, was an NBA player as well. But I don't really see it happening for Brooklyn, man. And good individual talent. I think the coaching is garbage as far as an authority figure. I don't see it happening. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. We on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Also got a Facebook group link. Great Facebook group. That link's in the description if you want to check that out. Other than that, check out the NBA Talk playlist. We did an NBA 101, a live stream. The 101 playlist is for lives. NBA Talk is for video format. We did a live yesterday talking about the GOAT debate. We've been doing lives before. We exposed Steph Curry and the Warriors a couple days before that. So check out the NBA 101 playlist. I want to make a donation. Best way to do that is share the video. I appreciate everybody who do share the video. Also, if you want to make a financial donation, Cash App, CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Appreciate the love, support. Keep sharing the videos. One time for the one time. It's your boy CJ Goodfellow. We gone.